Next lot. 2 boxes labeled as miscellaneous, not sure how to pronounce it. Small hammer, betting house. I think that's a decent brand. Copper knocker. Plastic pins. Screwdriver. Might have been another one, but I just tried to use it. Then there's this box. Stray indicator. Interrapid. Not sure what brand it is. It's 0.01 millimeter range. Looks decent. It's a nice item to find in a box. Set of number punches. I think these are just a tiny bit bigger than what I have. I already have one set of number punches. So that's nice. Just a disc with a bit turned out. A hex key. Indicator holder scriber thing. Don't think it could be a boring bar. It's not rigid enough for it, and the clamping is usually different, I think, in boring bars. Also it has a scriber tip, but well, 2 maybe they were one day. '60-degree stones, which is real nice to have if you want to do a bit of deburring inside of dovetails if they're 60 degrees, which they should be, I think. Some kind of tip. Nice finish on the end. Not sure what it is. Marker. Works a bit. Hex key. Just some bit with a pointy end. Not sure if these are ground accurately or just random pins. And something with a flat end. Looks a bit like this. Could be a stop. Oh well. And that's only the contents of the box. And this looks like exactly the same as I had in my previous video. Only this one is marked. I already checked it. Yes, here it is. 0.003. And the other one was, when I measured it, the nearest thing I could measure was 0.04. So then I have 2 different ones. These sides are a bit less rough. The ends are a bit scuffed, except for this side, but there's a bit of rust on here. I had a real nice finish one day, but it's gone now. More of these things. This seems to be a test pin, ground pin. Not sure what this is for. Maybe it's something for in a spindle. Maybe it isn't. Not real sure. But this tip does look a bit like the other tips I found in another box. I think it was previous video I showed those. Random studs. Just hope for a second this was a mandrel or something, but it's not. There's a ground inside, maybe for a center, but there's a plastic end cap on there. Unreadable markings. Some kind of holder for something. Right. It fits, don't know if it should, but something which snapped off at one point. Another bar, 304 it says. Could be. Maybe it's 30 centimeters and 4 millimeters. Or maybe it's just stainless. Yeah, just a piece of strip. Not sure what this could be for. Maybe kind of indicator setup, or maybe it's to hold something, or a spanner for something. Could be all kinds of stuff. And another bit with a pointer in it. Yeah, already showed this one. Flatten a bit. Tape measure. There were two in here, but I already lost one. It was a bigger one. I think I used it already, but now it's gone. Maybe someday I will reach a critical mass of tape measures, and then they will stop disappearing. They have a high enough concentration in my house to actually show up when I want them. Well, this was an interesting box, I thought. I was still hoping for these kinds of parallel or straight edges. I think this is a ground setup block. 3, 6, 4. But it looks to be shop made. More blocks. These two. Not sure what these are. Maybe they're for holding a square stock in a lathe. In a 3 jaw to quickly turn something down. They have threads for a set screw, maybe. No, there's even one in there. I'm not really sure. Also could be something for on a milling table. Machinist jack. Random thing. Maybe part of a fixture. Nice little parallel. And I thought I'd spotted these in the box. There's another set. I think these migrated from the other drawer. bolts for eye bolts, what's it called? 45 angle block. Does have some markings on it, but maybe it's just the name of an employee. Markings are gone now. The dots are punched very deep. Yeah, I think they were punched letters and then ground down. Another one. Already checked this one. This one wasn't marked. Just a block. When I saw these boxes when they're offered up, I thought, well, at least I can have some just steel bits for when I want to make something. But I think I've got enough machinist parallels now. Here is a random block. I think it's just mild steel. Here's the one that goes like this. And this one. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 sets of parallels. And these I think are case blocks. They're labeled 10. They ring together, although they could be a bit magnetic. This one isn't in good condition. Or they're just tiny parallels, but they're not a matched set. One is labeled Koba. The other one has a red marking on it, and well, it has a K on it. No real brand signature. Not sure what they are. They look like gauge blocks to me. And some shaft rings or collets. I'm not sure what to call these. Turned out to be quite a nice box too. Maybe I could have bought only one of these. Now I've got a lot of parallels. Here's the total. Maybe when friends come over with their kids, the kids can play with them, like sort of Legos. Right. That still isn't everything. There's still more to show. I wasn't kidding when I said I overspent a bit. This one was in the other box too, but it doesn't fit my new V-blocks. But it does make a nice sound. Right, there's only one lot left, and was another miscellaneous lot with just one picture. I'll show it. And this is what I got. Enough space for it. Right, now let's go through everything separately. Box. 2 dustpans and a duster. Luckily I didn't have enough dustpans yet. Although the ratio of 1 duster to 2 dustpans is better than the previous lot. I showed it in an earlier video. And there was a hacksaw. Here's the last lot. I think it belongs to a Hembrug universal grinder machine. I did record the unpacking and the sorting of the stuff, but it took me way too long, so I'll re-record this. And I've also cleaned everything, and I found the manual online, so I know a bit more about parts. When I bought this lot, I didn't know what I was getting. I only had one picture to go from, and some parts showed, and they were in 3 boxes, and I wasn't sure what I would be getting, but now I know. So here are some random tools. This is Dallmeyer. Some shop-made stuff, air gun, drawbar. I think this is also some kind of drawbar fixture. C-clamp, screwdriver, soft branches. And there's some cut-offs, I think, from projects or whatnot. Not sure which lot this was in, but maybe it was in a previous lot. Just stayed here on the table, but it's a machinist jack, a bit larger one. Some items, pieces of metal. Here is some kind of shop-made thing. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. Maybe something of a drawbar thing. Some kind of tool with a Morse taper bit and something soldered to it, or soldered or welded. Not sure what it's supposed to be. This one is quite weird. It's a Morse taper, number 2. But it's made out of spring metal, spring steel. It's labeled number 1B. And I'm not quite sure, but this might be a emergency holder for drills, which you can drill to size when you need one. But I'm not sure. This doesn't seem too good for a spindle. It might damage the spindle, I think. Not sure about it, but doesn't seem too good. There's a bunch of fasteners, some metal riders maybe. Not sure what these are. These have threaded holes. With an extra one on one side. A lot of rings, spacer rings, I think. These might be bronze bushings or brass. Not sure how to tell the difference. Look a bit more like bronze, so that would be good. Then there might be a bearing bronze bushing, so that's nice to have. There's spanners, all kinds of discs. These are clamping plates, I think, for grinding wheels. They are relieved on the inside. And there's a couple of sets, but also single pieces. Grinding wheels. Not sure if this is an actual grinding wheel or just a clamping thing. It's a box with steel cylinders. Finish is quite nice, but I have no idea what they are. They're just pins or something like that. Maybe they were something they were making in the place where I bought this. Or maybe they're part of machines, but I'm not sure what it would be. Some keys, Allen keys. A Untitled box, which was empty. And, it wasn't a disappointment. You didn't see this one on the picture, so you didn't expect something. There's a box of random stuff. Maybe you can read this. It's a Untitled urine sample jar, or maybe it's for something else. A lens, some kind of lens. Not sure how much you can see through it. It's labeled Shadow Master, 50 times. I think it's for some kind of measuring or checking tool. Dallmeyer, it says on the inside. Gauge, 1-inch gauge protection. Not sure what I can do with this. There was a stray indicator in there. It's a Swiss type, Swiss brand indicator. 0.01 millimeters per division. It's made in Switzerland, so probably a good brand. Interrapid, not sure if I heard about it, but maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. But I could see something on the picture which looked like the indicator, so I was hoping there was one. And I think I paid for this lot for about the same as some people paid for a single indicator. A set of thread gauges or calibers. I think they're labeled in French. Entrée, n'entrée pas. They're kind of a weird size, 16 by 1.336, which is kind of a weird weird pitch. Not sure where they were used for. They were in a box which had air liquid or air liquide, something like that. It was abbreviated. There are also the two gauges for the outside threads. So of the matched pair, or two matched pairs. And there were some screws, but also maybe you can see this. There are some indicator buttons here, like, from the ends of indicators. Just some random screws, machine bit, just a bit. Box with tiny drills. I think these are proper drills, not the Chinese ones. Just bolt. I'll show a bit more about the other stuff. So here I have a couple of arbors, I think they're called. They have a taper on here. And I've got a couple of rings with matching taper. This is a bigger ring, and I think they're used as clamping rings. And maybe they were used like this on the grinder. This one has a large bushing. There are some standard arbors you get with the machine. You don't get this type of machine anymore, but there was left thread or right threads on there because of the spindle on the machine, just like on a bench grinder. But I think these have been modified because it feels like there are bushings in here. This doesn't make the sound I want, but really sounds like something's been pressed in here. Or it might even tapped it again, but the threads in here aren't very nice. You can see the edges. It just doesn't feel right. Here's one for a standard shaft, I think. This one is shop made, I presume. It screws on here. At least I think it does. Oh, this is the last one. These are not matching threads. Just some kind of shaft extension. Here are some adapters. This is Morse conus. This is ISO, I think it's called, or SK. SK50 to presumably SK40. It says 40 on here, and this might fit in here if you remove this plastic, so might be that size. I haven't seen one of those for real, so you have to guess about it. These things are sort of centers. They were labeled food stocks in the manual. This one is spring loaded. This is adjustable but sort of fixed. And it's for holding stuff you are grinding. And there's also this part, which I found goes on here. It's for setting relief angles. I think there should be a pin in here and some kind of thing like a lathe dog attached to it. And it was labeled as something you can use for grinding reliefs, like in straight flute reamers. There's divisions on here. Not real sure how it would work, but it's listed as something which is used for relief angles. There's a holder for a diamond dresser. There was one in there, but I'm not sure where I put it. This one is a new one from China. It's used to dress the grinding wheel. This is just a hose for coolant, yeah, I think. Here's a large work head. Not sure if this handle belongs to it, but it's the right size of screw, so might be. These were in a box together, and I couldn't really see the shape of this and the backside of these sides here. And I thought maybe they were parts of a radius dresser for grinding wheels, and I was hoping it would be something like that. And I figured maybe I could make something of a ball turner out of it for on a lathe. But they weren't. This is an attachment for the grinder. It holds this size. ISO 50 or SK 50. Not sure about the names. On this side. And more Staper 5 on this side. I think this is a drawbar. Made for in here. And this workhead mounts on this double knee piece. I'm not gonna go. Not gonna hold that in one hand. You can mount this to the table of the grinding machine, and use this to rotate a cutter or something which is in here. There's no indexing plate on this one. There was an option for it, but it was sold as a different part, so this one doesn't have it. And then there's this piece. It's called a tooth rest. Not sure why. I would call it maybe a finger or something like that. This can hold something like this, and it's supposed to support a cutter if you're grinding a cutter. Support it underneath while you're grinding on top of it, I think. Not sure, but it seems the best explanation for what I saw. Here is a adjustable tooth. It's got a screw in the rear. Looks like it could have been made in the shop, but I think this is an original accessory for the Hembrug grinding machine. There's some more supporting pieces. These have been quite hot, it seems. And there's smaller attachments. It looks like a R8 collet holder. I've never seen one of those in real life, but according to the manual, these are Schaublin collets, and they were also used in Hembrug lathes. And the rear of this part can hold more stapers. So they're both multifunctional. This one was available as a divider too, as an indexer, but it's not this model. It was a different model. I was mainly interested in this part. I saw it listed in the picture on the auction website, and I figured I could maybe make some kind of adjustable table mount for it. And I was also bidding on a tilting T-slotted work table, but I didn't get that. It was going for too much money. And I thought maybe I could make a table out of this for scraping. So you can present the scraped objects, like the inside of a dovetail, at a nice angle, so you can scrape it more easily. And that was one of the reasons why I went for this lot. So this part, this double knee, was a standard accessory for the Hembrug grinder, but these two work holders weren't. This one was standard. There's also these wheel guards. That's the two 150mm ones. One 100mm one with sports. These were standard, as were these and the footstocks. And that's about it. And, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. Might want to find someone who's more into this kind of stuff, and maybe even keep this with the rest of the set. But I think I'll try to trade it for something I can use, and trade it to someone who can really use this stuff. And that's about it from this auction. I may do another video about it when I check some of the items more thoroughly, and it will at least take a while before I post that, if I do it. But thank you for watching, and hope to see you soon. Hope you enjoyed this video.